All right. Hey, welcome to our webinar today. This is You Economy, Entrepreneurship Evolved. It's going to have a lot of fun here today. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is myself. I'm Joe. That's Peter Wolfing. Peter is the founder of You Economy. And I'm going to ask you guys to open up your minds and be prepared. Really let some of this stuff sink in. You know, Peter Wolfing is you'll learn more about him in a moment. He is a pioneer. He's been around this industry, direct selling in the top tier, for nearly 30 years. Peter has enrolled, or his teams have enrolled, over 2 million people in direct selling programs, and he's paid out nearly $500 million, that's with a B, dollars in commissions over the last 25, 30 years to people all over the world. Now, Peter has taken this body of work and all of this experience, and he's brought it together here in You Economy. So what we're going to be doing is spending maybe 60 minutes or so together. Pay attention, take some notes, and feel free, if you would like, to enter any question that you have in the chat room. Oh, see, here they come. Hey, Libby, how you doing? Libby's here. Peter's here. Al is here. Hey, everyone. All right, Peter, I'm going to just, let me see, we're ready to roll here. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to shut off my camera until you give it back to me. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Peter Wolfing.
All right, thank you so much, and hopefully this slideshow will work fine today. Just anybody let me know, Joe, let me know if it doesn't progress from slide to slide. I certainly hope it does. But here today, yeah, I appreciate it. And hey, everybody, I want to give you a virtual handshake throughout this webinar here. This is live, this is unscripted, and I want to give you just my 2 cents, my version of how this can really help you, and especially I want to thank all the guests that are on the call today. And essentially in this webinar itself, Joe, you seeing this slide here?
Yes, I am. How to go from here to there.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So in this webinar, I'm going to give you a mechanism, okay, a mechanism, and I want to show you how to go from here to how to go to there, okay? How to get from one place to another, because we're all out there, we're all scuffling back and forth to try to make something of our lives to be able to go from here to there. But the problem is that everybody's doing a different vehicle. Okay, they're all doing a different vehicle, and all different vehicles not treated equal. Okay, now working hard is not the right answer. I've learned that. As most of you know, most people out there work hard for a living, but by the time they reach the age of retirement, if they can retire, they're having problems and they have to rely on the government or some other form of income, Social Security. We'll just chuckle at that a little bit. To make ends meet, and they're usually working or they'll outlive their money. So we know that the formula is not working. And so what I'd like you to do today is to relax. We're not here to sell you on anything. And my primary goal here today is to do a few things. Number one is I want to give you value, tremendous amounts of value on this call. Whether or not you decide to work with us, my goal is always to give value and to have you say, I didn't know that, and maybe apply it in your life to be able to progress further in whatever you decide to do and say, hey, man, I was really glad that I was on that webinar. So that's one of the things that I want to do tonight. So I'm going to raise your awareness of different things, and maybe you're going to say, wow, you know, I never really looked at it that way. Number two is I want to reopen your eyes, okay? And when I say reopen, I mean that your eyes are open, okay? But when you were younger, I think your eyes were even more wide open because you were looking at dreams, you were reaching for things, and eventually your dreams come down, okay? Your dreams come down, and your picture gets more and more subdued, right? So we're born to win, but we're conditioned to lose. And this is done through our society. This is done through news. This is done through our parents, authority figures, and things like that in our lives. And they condition us, and I'll get into that a little bit, as to why maybe your eyes have been closed a little bit to possibilities, because inside of you, you have the ultimate person inside that can be able to do and accomplish anything. You're fully resourced with everything you need on the inside to be able to make your life whatever you want it to be, okay? And that's been taken away from us, and I think we've kind of just like forgot that it's there. And I want to be able to maybe open that up a little bit, even a little bit more, to give you that sliver of hope and possibility that it's not too late, that you can be able to get your life from here to there. And we have a vehicle today called You Economy that's going to be able to be the engine of change that's going to be able to get you from here to there, okay? So if you stay until the end of this webinar, I can promise you that I'm going to give you value, okay? I'm going to promise you that it's going to be the best 60 minutes you've spent in a very, very long time because of the value that we're going to give you today, okay? Now, what makes us different here at U Economy? Joe mentioned a few things, almost 3 decades of experience. Now, if you add my experience, Joe's experience, and many of the leaders and our CFO, COO, and all the different people that are working behind the scenes, well over, in excess of 100 to 200 years of experience. And so we put all these together for you to make us different, okay? To have this track record. And I know, they say in the stock market, if you trade stocks, and I do, that, past performance is not indicative of future performance, but it's a pretty good, darn good indicator. And it's almost like a safety net for you because you have to have experience, and people that have run companies and run businesses, that they're not going to be able to buckle and go out of business on the first bump. Okay, and we all know that that happens. Most businesses before 2 years are gone. The rest of them that are around for 5 years, they're gone, and maybe a few percent are going to be staying past 5 years. And you know what? Most of those are gone in the next 5 years. My main company has been around for 20 years this August, 20 years. Now, U Economy is a separate splinter of that company, but under the umbrella of our holding company, but a separate company. But it's under the experience level of our holding company that's been around for 20 years, and I've been doing this for almost 30. Over 2 million people have joined. Now, these are individuals. If you count the families that are affected, it's millions and millions and millions of people around the world that have been affected by the platforms that we put together, and we're really proud of that. Joe said 500 million, 400, 500, 450. We lost count. Who's counting at this point? The bottom line is this. This is cash money that's been earned by people that have used the platforms that we in turn have built. Because our mission is not necessarily the money. Our mission is being an engine for change. I've mentioned that before. Our mission is to be able to change lives and give them that mechanism to be able to go from here to there, to be able to go and get them into a different socioeconomic bracket. And, wouldn't it be great if you're watching this right now? Everybody says, oh, yeah, I want to make $1 million. But if we can show you how to make an extra 2,000, 4,000, 10,000 in whatever time frame is for you, and you could say, and all of a sudden just go, wow, I am, at least you give you that breathing room. If you could get to that, wow, I can relax a little bit, I can pay the mortgage, I can pay the rent, all these different things, and we can get you to that point, then you can be creative with your life, and you're not so focused on tomorrow, the next day, next week, and you're just overwhelmed with life. And that's our first goal, is to get you to that point. Because I know everybody, I want to make so much money, and you possibly can do that with this program. Now, I say possibly because it's there. Obviously, we can't promise that, but we have people making 6 figures a month in this program. And you can do that, but we want to show you step by step by step how to use this engine to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Okay, again, I mentioned we have proven systems of success. These successes work. These systems work. Okay? And it's how you plug into these systems. And we're willing to share it with you. We're not holding anything back. We're willing to share this with you so this way you can get up to speed running fast and be able to go and sprint as fast as you want to sprint. But there's no race here. Okay? There's no race. It's a marathon. Okay? This information is going to be able to help you go from here to there at whatever speed you want to go to. And the bottom line here is we care about people. The U in U Economy, I picture that in my head, okay? If I was to blow that up in Photoshop, I would see all the pixels in there, and I see families and people and faces in those pixels that make up that U. Because it's the U in U Economy that makes us special. We are the people, the collective of all those people together, because together the whole is better than the individual. It's not about me. It's not about Joe. It's about you. It's about the people. And this collective is so much stronger than other people. We call it the U Crew, okay? And you'll learn more about that as you join our program, because it is more than just the business. The business is the vehicle. But without the people, it's not going to be worth it, okay? So we want to focus on the people, and the money is a byproduct of that. This is a little bit about myself. This house here is where I grew up. Okay, that is a recent picture, and back 50 some odd years ago, it's not that much different. Maybe just no aluminum siding around the outside, and maybe about 400 by 400 square foot. So not something you would really want to tell many people about. But I fought tooth and nail about thinking, should I show people, shouldn't I? And I said, ultimately, maybe I can help some people to say, listen, oh yeah, you're successful, you've done this and you've done that. And, look, you got a silver spoon in your mouth. And I'm like, nay. This is where I came from, okay? We came with nothing. My mother came from Germany. She had nothing. Barely spoke English, did whatever she could to be able to help us. We started in that little shack with my twin sister, my older sister, and we just progressed from there. And we had the American dream. She had the American dream, and she was the entrepreneur. I got that from her, and we progressed from there and went further from that. That's me right over there, just on the right-hand side of that house. That's me when I was a little tyke and progressed up into the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Webelos, and ultimately went into the modeling business a little bit, and that wasn't for me. But went into the military, followed my father into the Marine Corps, and I rose to the rank of sergeant in about 2 years. But I always had that spark of entrepreneurship inside of me, and I was always doing something from the age of 5 all the way through, even to this day, because I had that spark. And if you have that spark, you know what I'm talking about. I had that inside of me, okay? And even when I was in the service, I had multiple businesses on the side. I went to college classes at night, and to be able to further myself in my careers that I wanted to learn. So as I've been able to progress, I ultimately got out of the military, went into the restaurant business, got a culinary degree, then ultimately went online, and I was able to be mentored by some very special people. That's John Maxwell, the #1 leadership expert in the world. He's written over 106 books. He's a #5 best-selling author on Amazon. There's Darren Hardy. There's Gary Vee. There's Sir Richard Branson. I'm actually going to be publishing a book with him by August, September of this year with Richard Branson. That's Steve Forbes. And that's me on the cover of the magazine Home Business Advertiser, which I'll show you right now. We've done a lot of things right. Of course, we've done some things wrong, but that's how we learn. That's how we build a business, and that's how we go through. But the things wrong also teach you, and I've learned that through mentorship, is that many times things don't always happen as you plan, but you learn from these different things. And it's not necessarily doing it wrong. It's learning from these things and being able to grow because of it. And when we go into some of the products, we'll teach you why that's important. This is the cover of the magazine. They called my business the Uber of network marketing. And what we meant by the Uber of network marketing is that we took the leading edge. We have leading edge thinking and superimposed that into the industry that we were in, which is online marketing, okay, buying, selling, digital products, e-learning space, things like that. And we just reimagined it just like Uber did, but we did it 10 years before Uber, Airbnb, and the like. And we decided to run a much more lean company, to be able to have a cloud-based company well before people even knew what cloud-based was, and to be able to run an efficient company so that this way we could allow the technology of the day and the internet to run most of our business, and thus allow our members to make much more income and money per sale than they could possibly do anywhere else. Many companies were paying 50%, 40%, 30%. If you're lucky, 50, 60%. We're paying 80 to 90% in many of our businesses that are online. And people are like, how are you doing that? Well, we're doing that because we're a lean company, and we use the e-learning space as our main product. And I'll get into that a little bit later. And we automate as many things as possible, kind of cutting out the fat of a traditional business and allowing you to get paid directly. So this way we eliminate merchant fees and 1099s and all these different things that cut out the pay from you, because that's always these little things, 1% here, 3% here, 2% there, that cuts down the income possibility of you, because we have to absorb these things and then we can't pay you. So if we eliminate those through programming, then you're able to make more money, and ultimately we're able to pay you maximum money for the effort you're putting in. So if you use the right vehicle with the right product, with the right company that believes in people, then you're going to get from here to there much quicker, okay? Now I want to talk about a hit show called Shark Tank. Okay, does anybody know Shark Tank? It's one of my favorite shows. It's awesome. And it's where these people go into Shark Tank and they see these entrepreneurs. Here's Kevin Harrington on there. And they talk about their dream and their idea. And they have Mr. Wonderful rip them to shreds, right? Because they go in and they, well, do you have an original product? Or, well, do you have this? Or do you have that? What about inventory? What do you mean you're not going to quit your full-time job to do this? You're not committed. All these type of things that they talk about, and they rip them to shreds. And this is Kevin Harrington. He was on there for the first few years of Shark Tank. And he, in turn, here's a picture of him on the left-hand side with Mr. Wonderful and all the other people of Shark Tank back then. And this is Kevin Harrington here, and he actually says something about myself that I want you to hear.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, one of the original investors on Shark Tank. I was also one of the inventors of the infomercial, and I pioneered the As Seen on TV business model. I've also been involved with more than a dozen public companies and have launched over 500 products that have generated more than $5 billion in sales. Now, investing in myself has been the secret ingredient to all my success, and I encourage you to follow an expert in that area. People are always asking me for advice and where to go to get to the next level in their business and their lives. And before I recommend something specific, I always ask if they're ready on the inside. Now, I know from a personal experience that investing in developing yourself first is the absolute best way to get where you want to go. And Peter Wolfing has close to 3 decades of experience in the $100 billion e-learning space. He's an expert trainer, mentor, and author of multiple books. One is co-authored with Brian Tracy titled The Will to Win and is destined to be a bestseller. Peter will also be featured on Times Square TV Live to be aired on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. And over the past 2 decades, Peter has developed online platforms that have attracted a membership base of over 2 million people around the globe. He's been called the Uber of his industry because he's an out-of-the-box thinker and has revolutionized and streamlined the online home-based business model. I know you're going to love it.
Guys, that's Kevin Harrington, and you can't get much better than that. He said something very important on that video itself, and he said, invest in yourself first, right? In order for you to be able to expand in your business empire or to make extra money, the first thing you always want to do is invest in yourself first, because you are the best investment you're ever going to make in anything, okay? Now, I've discovered some secrets along the way, and I'm going to uncover them for you in this webinar itself. Number one, I've been selling myself short for way too long, okay? When I was younger, the problem that I had was that it never occurred to me that I could make more than $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $40, $50 an hour, right? I didn't know it was possible to make $100, $500 an hour or more. Now, that's because I was selling myself short because of the way I was taught when I was younger, okay? Secret number one, develop yourself before, just like Kevin said, develop yourself before you develop the business. As much as 90% of your success or failure is between your ears and not how to do the business. Now, in U Economy, we're going to teach you the how, but you got to know the why. This is called You Mentor. Okay, You Mentor is where we teach you here, and this way you're going to be able to not only learn what works in here, how to think better, but also uncover the potential that's inside of you that maybe you lost. Okay, and we're going to allow you to reach your full potential by discovering and uncovering the onion, so to speak, to find out what makes you tick, to be able to allow you to go through anything to make it happen, okay? That's investing in yourself first, okay? Now, the how to do the business, obviously we're going to go into that when we go into the products, and we show you how to market as well too. Number two, you must unlearn the bad habits and long-held beliefs in order to make room for the ideas and concepts that service you better. Anyone see Star Wars? We did a training just on Star Wars in our Encore series. And Yoda says, basically, you must unlearn that which you've learned. Now, why did he say that? It's because you've learned through people in your life, from when you're born all the way through, and you've picked up many, many bad habits. And sorry, sometimes you've picked up things that are not true. And so you have to unlearn some of these habits and challenge yourself to say, is this good for me or bad for me? Do I still believe this or don't I believe this? And people that have made millions and millions of dollars online aren't afraid to challenge those long-held beliefs that they've had to be able to break through further barriers and say, is this servicing me or this not servicing me? And secret number two is you have to unlearn before you can learn to make room for the positive input we're going to give you. Number three, you have to shorten your learning curve with a mentor. The first 8 years, from 1990 to 1998, I thought I could do it myself. I made some money online, but I thought I could wing it. Okay. And even when I was younger, I didn't have any, but I was like, what's a mentor, right? So I had to learn and wing it. And I ate a lot of humble pie in the cafeteria of life, I'll tell you that much. And I learned by trial and error. This doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work. And trust me, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars figuring all this out because I didn't know any better. You know, my awareness wasn't there. What's a mentor, right? So my awareness wasn't there until I learned about mentorship, and I met Darren Hardy. I met all these people that were already there. What you do is you take what they've learned and you shortcut the process. And that's what we do with U Economy. One of the key pillars that we have in U Economy is shortening the learning curve by learning from like people, myself, and other people that are in the U Mentor U faculty system that are going to teach you these different things to speed up the process so you don't have to go through all of the pain and the learning that I went through. And it was painful, financially painful to learn all this stuff, right? But I was able to weather the storm, come through the other side, be very, very successful, and I'm willing to teach other people as well too. Now, in order to do that, what I've also done is I've started a nonprofit called Whiz Kids, and Whiz Kids is going to teach kids from 6 to 12 and from 13 to 18 the entrepreneurial skills that I never learned when I was younger. And it's a 501c3. We just started it this year, and we're so proud of that to be able to give back to the kids. And so this way they don't have to go through the same thing that I went to, and cultivate that learning, that spark inside of them before it starts to go out. Okay. So that's one of the things we do here at U Economy in our company, is to give back as well too. So if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. In times of change, the learners will inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with the world that no longer exists. And that's a very famous quote by Eric Hoffer. And basically he says that those people that think they know everything are going to be left in the dust. Why? Because I know, it's pretty obvious that the way the world is right now, it's quick, fast. Everything is changing so fast, lightning quick. Just think about the internet. All the different things are happening so quick that if you think you know everything, just 6 months from now, you're going to be left in the dust. So he's saying the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that doesn't exist anymore. So you have to be the learner and always better yourself. Because if you're saying, hey, I'm just comfortable the way I am, I'm sorry, but your life does two things. It either grows or it disintegrates. That's the way things work. That's the transmutation of energy that we talk about. Things are always growing or going backwards. They're never staying the same. So you have to learn and get better all the time and grow as a person and grow in your business and grow with your mind and constantly seek new things as you progress with the world. Because I'm going to tell you something that I think you already know, everything's accelerating and it's not going to slow down anytime soon. So you have to get with the program, otherwise you're going to be left in the dust. Now, I discovered these things the hard way, okay? The formula I was taught for making money was a lie. And many of you were taught the same thing that I was taught. Get a job, work for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Maybe you get a college education. I'm not saying anything bad about college education. It's a great thing to be able to give you a foundation, right? But the general formula doesn't work for the vast majority of people, because by the time you're going to retire, and I mentioned this before, most of them can't. It's just a worker farm for people to be able to go through that process. And unfortunately, because of the speed of change that's happening, you have to constantly always learn. And most people that get out of high school that don't go to college never pick up another book. Those people that go to college and get out of college never pick up another book, because it's always constantly learning these new things. And college is a great foundation, but you have to keep on learning to progress because the world is ever changing. And I guarantee you that many of you watching this call right now feel like you're stuck inside a box and you can't get out. There's like, I'm working so hard, I'm doing things, but I'm not getting anywhere. And that's what we call stuck inside a box. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in that box? And it's all built by your life experiences, and the instructions to get out of the box is taped outside the box. You can't reach it, right? So this guy here in this picture, he's trying to get out, and he knows the instructions are on the outside, but he can't get at it. It's very frustrating, and many people feel like that. When I felt like that when I was younger, I was spinning my wheels to try to make things happen. And I'm just like, what's going on? And what we want to do here is we want to give you the instructions to get out of the box. Because very important, our awareness of what is available to us is severely limited by our environment. And I'm talking human environment, okay, but also our environment where we're living as well too. And although our parents love us, we're programmed to think the way they think. Their values, their faith, their political views, even the views about money is all programmed from the moment we're born throughout our life. And that's what I was saying before. You have to unlearn some of the things that you were taught as you were growing up through your life. Because when you're younger, you have no ability to really reject any of those ideas, and we just take it as doctrine, and we believe certain things about money, right? Money doesn't grow on trees, right? That type of thing. So we're taught all these things about money, and when I was growing up, I was taught that, hey, you know, my life revolved around what I was doing, and I didn't know that I could make more than $15, $20, $25 an hour. I didn't know it was possible. So, you know, who knew, you know, that it was even possible for me to do that? And that's because I was programmed a lie by my parents. I was programmed a lie to think that that's what was available for me. Okay. And many of us are programmed that way. And we want to teach you that, hey, you have to get out of that box to rethink and to relook at different views, because there's so many different ways to think about your life in general. George Bernard Shaw said 2% of the people think, 3% of the people think they think, and 95% of the people would rather die than think. What is he saying here? Original thinking is very, very rare. We want to make you part of that 1 or 2% and concentrate on how to think. 3% of the people think they think, but what they're really doing is they're regurgitating the same thoughts over and over and over and over again, and they think they're thinking, but it's really, they're thinking what someone else told them, and it's not really any original thinking. It's just regurgitating what other people give them, other news media give them, and they're just regurgitating that type of thing, and they're not really doing very much original thinking at all. And that 1, 2, 3% that are really doing the thinking and progressing their business and developing on the entrepreneur on the inside are the people that make the substantial change. And those are the people that are making super incomes because they're willing to push the envelope and think, okay? Some things you're programmed with. I was programmed that if I was going to be successful, it was because I had to be in the right place at the right time, right? These types of things, these metaphors that we're taught. We have to be in the right place at the right time, but you can be exactly in the wrong place at the wrong time and still win. And we're going to teach you that that's the case, because what's right, what's wrong, it just is. That's the way it works. Because I can guarantee you that many people were in the wrong place at the wrong time and not doing well, but there's many people that were in that exact same spot but knew what to do that were being very successful, okay? The 2008, 2011 financial crisis is a perfect example. Housing market, everybody thought the financial world was coming to an end, but many people did very, very well. During that time, I was doing fantastic, okay? Here's a picture of, during that time, the house I bought right on the water, okay? There's a picture right there, an aerial shot going right into the ocean. Incredible. And we bought that during the downtime in the financial crisis. Why? Because as people were screaming in the streets that the world's coming to an end, I'm like, I know what to do, right? And we were able to capitalize on that and say, it's raining money, okay? And we're going to teach you how to be able to think outside the box, how to see obstacles that are in your way and say, okay, how can I get around it? Maybe I can use this as a positive, and that type of thing. And that's what we call learning how to think. Here's one of my students, and she's going to give you a short testimonial, because many of the people that have learned from us, you might think, oh, they're gurus or these types of things, but they range. And really the only thing, like Napoleon Hill says in his book, Think and Grow Rich, he found one person that he's looking for the spark in their eye that wants something more than what they had. And this is exactly what Kukui's saying here. And she's a mother, just a mother. She works from home.
Hey guys, Kukui here. I know that probably everybody's busy because they're working on their business, but I'm just going to go ahead and start. Anyway, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for our group. I'm so excited for things that have been happening for us. And I wanted to shoot this quick video for you folks to tell you guys, what I've been through within just the last month with Easy One Up, and how it's changing a lot of people's lives, especially people that are completely new to internet marketing. For me, I know a month ago, I was in a place where I was searching for I was searching for additional income. And I remember meeting up with Rosie, talking a little bit about it. And I was telling her, I said, my son, he asked me the other day, and this is, a month ago, he asked me the other day if he could purchase an app for my phone. It was like a $7 Minecraft app for a game. And I remember telling him that, we have to save money. We don't have any money. And he literally looked at me and he said, we never have money, Mom. We never have money. And that was my breaking point. That was a breaking point for me to realize that I had to do something. I had to do something. And so, fast forward a month now, I made almost over $12,000. Like, holy crap. And I just wanted to make a couple $100. And today, I just checked, I made over $12,000. And that is so crazy. That never happens. And all I wanted to do was make a couple hundred, and for me, a couple hundred was going to be life-changing in that week. And to be able to, pay off some debt, to be able to buy my kids brand new iPads, they were so happy yesterday when I gave it to them. They're like, Mommy, we got iPads. And I told my son, I said, you know what, you download whatever you want. I gave him like $100 credit. I said, here, son, you take this $100 credit and you download whatever app you want. And he's like, wow, Mommy, we have money. And I said, yes, we do. But anyway, sorry, that was a little bit of emotional, because it has been. But I want to tell you guys that, think about why you started in this. There was times where I wanted to give up within the last month because of things that were happening. But I later realized that after looking at my kids, I said, this is the reason why I started. And this is the reason why I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep pushing.
This is Kukui, and she was using one of my older platforms, and UEconomy is so much more powerful and has so many more product levels and intense products. And she's made $60,000 in less than a year. In less than a year. Unbelievable. And she's from Hawaii, okay? And just works from home, okay? Now here's another success story, Michael Mansell.
I am super excited about the UEconomy platform and what it stands for. Not only the lives that it's going to change because of the multiple product levels that it offers and the ability for anybody to get a business up and running at whatever level they're comfortable at and have an entire company and faculty behind them to help them every step of the way so that they can stand out from the many people online and offline that are also starting businesses. I'm behind this company for two reasons. One, because I believe in the vision of it, and two, because the creator behind it, Peter Wolfing. In the last 7 months, I have been able to generate close to $300,000 just from Peter Wolfing's programs. I've known Peter Wolfing for quite a while now, and one word sums up what this man has stood for in his multiple companies that he's created over the last 19 years, and that is integrity.
Guys, he's over $500,000 at this point, and all from what he's done working with me, okay? Now, we have story after story after story, and I asked you the question, what's your story going to be? We have so many people from all walks of life doing UEconomy, and they're changing their life. Some slower, some fast, some have made 6 figures, some have made less. But it's all what your story can be, because you see the vehicle that we have differently than other people do, okay? Now, I'm going to speed up a little bit because we're running a little bit late on time. But one of the things we teach you in UEconomy, because we're about the content, okay, massive content, and we're first and foremost an education company that happens to have a great biz op to it, okay? So there's 3 elements of a model of achievement. Number 1 is you have to believe, okay? You have to believe you can do it. Number 2 is you have to have the awareness, and I've been talking about that, the awareness of the vehicle itself. When I was introduced to online marketing, I had no idea that it even existed. So how could I even believe in it if I didn't even know it existed, right? So now we're making you aware of this vehicle that's out there that can get you from here to there quicker. And number 3 is what I call the principles within the model, which is the mechanics of the actual business itself, how it works. Now, in U Economy, we have these 3, okay? We're going to give you the belief. If you don't have the belief right now, you can borrow mine, okay? I have plenty in spades. And we're going to give you the awareness of what's possible, not only on the inside, but also about the digital world, how it works, and also about how to promote your business. That's the mechanics in the model, okay? So all these different things are available for you. And depending on where you are in your life, whether you're this baby starting off at the beginning, you're just learning to crawl in your business, to maybe you're getting a little bit more and you're getting the skills ready. Hey, if you quit over here and when you're trying to walk, you still be on all fours. But you kept on pressing forward to do it, and eventually you're able to walk the way you're doing it now and run. In your business, it's the same way. I don't know where you are in your business. If you start with U Economy, I certainly hope you do, you might be right here at the beginning as a baby trying to crawl and learning your business. That's okay. Michael Mansell, when he first came in my business, he knew nothing about internet marketing. Zero. Within 2 years, he's making $500,000. So what's your speed plan? How fast do you want to run from the crawling aspect? We can do it all for you. It all depends on what you want to do yourself. It's not your ability to do it which is stopping you from achieving what you want in life, but rather your unwillingness to pay the price. I mean, I hate to be blunt. That's my Marine Corps coming out in me. But it's not your ability to do it, because I know you can do it. I think you know, instinctively, you know you can do it. The information is there. We're going to teach you how to do it. We're going to handhold you all the way. But it's your unwillingness to pay the price. And pay the price means that you're willing to do what's necessary, put the time and effort in to be able to build your business and have the intestinal fortitude to keep going, because it'll be tough at times. That's just the way business is. Do you think it was tough for Michael to make $500,000? It wasn't easy. We're not saying this is one of those get-rich-quick schemes. This is a proven business model that requires effort over time that you can make extraordinary results. And the big secret is, ask yourself this question: how many of you would be willing to work for minimum wage? Probably none of you, right? The reason why is because you're aware that your value, you're aware of what your value is, and you know that you're worth more. But what I'm telling you is you're worth more times 10. You're worth more times 10, and you don't even know it. So we're going to raise your value barometer, okay, and show that you can work a lot more and be able to make that happen. So U Economy, let's speed through the products here and show you what we have here. We're an online education company, okay? We have digital products, so we teach you online, okay? Video files, audio files, printed material, live online training seminars, all this stuff packed into our online system, okay? And when you start, you'll be able to get access to the business right away in almost any country in the world. So it doesn't matter if you're from Mongolia to Maine, you could start doing the business, and we're going to teach you online to be able to do the business. So ultimately, and to get the products, ultimately we have a worldwide market, no territories, no limits, unique products, and an expanding market, because the e-learning market is going to hit over $200 billion with a B in the next 2 or 3 years. Okay, so we have proprietary content. We're a secondary education company. So whatever you've learned so far, never stop learning, always keep growing, and that's what we're here for, is to teach you the things that you don't learn in school. Okay, so as I said, $107 billion according to Forbes magazine in 2015. And the average cost of producing an hour of e-learning has been said on Tagoras.com is $10,000 an hour. So if you're thinking that, oh, this is a digital product, it's, this is not a real product, hey, try being ignorant. How much is that going to cost you? Right? Education is whatever you want it to be. Okay, it doesn't have to be touchy-feely, put it on my skin, ingest it to be a physical product, to be real, right? It's the value that you put on the business. And we're in front of a massive learning industry called e-learning that's almost $200 billion in size. So these are some of our products. I mentioned You Mentor, teach you how to think first. and U Digital to learn how the digital market and the landscape works, and also U Network. Okay, this is how to promote. And you'll notice underneath each one of these, we have basic, advanced, and mastery. So we have 3 core products, because I realized after almost 30 years of doing this that if I showed everybody everything, they'll look at me like I had 10 heads. Oh my God, I can't learn everything. So I've whittled it down to 3 core products. Build the entrepreneur on the inside, learn about the digital landscape, and how do you promote. That's the 3 things you need to learn. Then from that point, you have 3 skill levels: basic, learning how to walk; advanced, like the toddler; and mastery, how to run. Okay, that's how we break it down. Simple: 3 products, 3 skill levels. And then we have the Encore system, which is the super glue that holds everything together. And these are live masterminds that we do, and we do them all the time. And we learn from the masters through different book studies that we do. Obstacle is the Way, Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, the 4 agreements we're doing right now, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth from one of my mentors, John Maxwell. We did Star Wars. We did Tom Brady and Super Bowl. We did the compound effect coming up. So we teach you from the masters, and we dive deep into these book studies, and it's just phenomenally fantastic, these things. Okay, so that's the Encore system that we have. We also do live events. We have a live event coming up in September. The live events are going to be phenomenal, so you want to participate in those if at all possible. Getting to meet people live, shake their hand, and feel the vibration of the people in the event is second to none. And I'm a proponent of live events. I go to many of them all the time. I just came back from one in Atlanta. Fantastic. Live events are the bomb. Okay, so here are our products. And as I said, we have 3 product lines, okay? Mentor, digital, network, and 3 skill levels: basic, advanced, and mastery. So we start off at $125. Anybody can come in at $125, right? You Mentor Basic, teach you how to think, right? The basics. Then we go into U Digital Basic, $250, and U Network Basic, $500. That's our basic level series of products. So if your skill level is basic there and you want to start and kind of crawl before you run, that's what you're going to do. You're going to start out over here. Now, the numbers on the right-hand side, for those people interested in the business, is the actual commission that you would earn if you refer someone to that product package. Okay? So if you refer somebody to the $500 product package, you make $400 commission. That's an 80% commission. Phenomenal. Like I told you at the beginning, we pay maximum money so you can get from here to there fit quicker. Okay? Then we go into advanced, $1,250, which is the Mentor Advanced, the next level up, the next speed level. So you're kind of like the toddler going along. But the Mentor series, digital series, and network series, those 3 products, but in the advanced, so you're kind of picking up the speed as you're going. And these are the price levels. And we call M1 means $1,000 in commission. M2 is $2,000 in commission. And M5, actually this should be M4, not 5, sorry, my bad. That's $4,000 in commission. Again, 80% commission. Okay? Then you get into the mastery. Now, there's no rule. There's no set rule here. You have to start at basic, go to advanced. You can start at all of them. You can start at the top or whatever. It's up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with, it's totally up to you. Okay? And if you're looking at the price of the products, notice that as you go up, all you do is add a 0. So this way you can see how the products geometrically progress, okay, in a logical manner, just like college education, okay? And thus you'll be able to see how the numbers progress. So 1,250 becomes 12,500 for the mastery product level. M10 means you're making $10,000 in commission if you refer the mastery product level to someone. 25,000 is the M20, and our top mastery level is 50,000, which is the M40. You're making a whopping $40,000 in commission if you refer somebody to our mastery product level. Now, here's the kicker. We have a special that we do here, and what we do here is we stack everything, meaning that whatever product package that you come in at, every single product package below the one that you join is absolutely free. It's included. So if you came into the U Network Advanced and you paid $5,000 to join, you're getting the $2,500, the $1,250, the $500, the $250, and the $125 absolutely free, included, no charge. So ultimately, you're getting well over $9,000 in education for the $5,000. So any of the products you happen to want to get access to, you can. Okay, and anything you sell out of these product packages, you get to make those commissions. And the same thing, ultimately, if you happen to come in at one of the mastery product levels, every single product package below the one you purchase is included at no additional charge. So ultimately, if you came in at the top product level, you're getting almost $100,000 in educational value from that product package. So it's one heck of a deal if you choose to look at it that way, okay? So again, all lesser priced products are included. The Encore product I mentioned before is a steal at $60 per month, okay? You get a minimum of 4 sessions every single month, and you have access to all of the products before that, and you earn a $20 referral commission per month, so thus refer 3 and your Encore is free. Plus we also pay 75% commissions over 12 generations of people. Okay, so we're going to look, and I'm going to turn it over to Joe. We're going to look at how U Economy can become your own economy, and you can become sovereign over your life. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for the presentation time that you've given me. Hopefully I've been able to give you some value in your life and think about things a little bit differently. And now we're going to talk about the money and how you can actually use this as a business and be able to change your life accordingly. So Joe, please take it away.
I'm happy to do that. Thank you very much, Peter. I'm going to stop sharing your screen, and I'm going to share my screen here. That was awesome. Thank you very much. There we go. Let me. Okay, are you seeing my full screen right now?
Let's see. Yes, I am.
Excellent. U Economy Entrepreneurship Evolved is what I like to refer to this as. The U Economy Income Overview. This is kind of what Peter just covered, okay? Peter just covered this stuff, but we're going to revisit it, and we're going to go quickly. For those of you who like to read, we're going to show you some stuff on the screen. Otherwise, you could just sit back and listen to my voice. The U Economy Income Overview covers 3 levels: basic income, advanced income, and mastery income. Now, before I begin speaking and getting into this in detail, there's something I want to say. Okay, this program utilizes a direct pay, member-to-member pay system, which means when you are qualified to receive money, and that's a very simple process, you and only you get paid at the point of sale directly from your customer. Now, this system has been generating results for decades. I can testify to that. The good news is that this has withstood the test of time. It is consistent, it is predictable, and it will solve the cash flow crisis that most people are going through right now. You know, I recently saw a statistic that said that 43% of people who live in America are unable to live at just the mean level. It's the truth. Cash flow is a crisis. So here are the rules as far as making money with the U Economy plan. You only receive the level of paycheck you are qualified to receive. So as Peter just went through, let's say that you're just at that, you Mentor Basic. It's a $125 package. You have to get qualified in order to receive that package. Now, here's the way that the qualification works. First off, you are always going to get paid on your first sale. So that's what I call getting into cash flow quickly. Let's say, for example, that you are participating at M4, which is a $4,000 product. So when you get, actually it's a $5,000 product that pays a $4,000 commission. So when you get started and you get into the market with the assistance of our team, your first sale is going to pay you, your first one. So you're going to get 80% of your cash flow back on your very first sale. Now, the second sale that you make, and it's only of the product that you purchase, that is going to pass up. It's kind of like a thank you. It's like a training sale for the person who enrolled you. You get paid on your third sale, and you get paid on every personal sale after that. And remember this, everyone who pays you must refer you their second sale in order for them to be qualified to receive money. If you start low, you can upgrade. Okay, the wholesale amount is paid first. Peter mentioned this. The wholesale amount will be paid if you decide to get started with us, say today. The person who invited you here will direct you to their site. You will pay the wholesale amount directly to U Economy, and then the buyer will pay the seller directly at the point of sale. Okay, the profit portion is paid directly to the referral agent. You make a sale today, you get paid today. Let's say you're working with some friends or you've got family members who can see this. You can get started tonight and have that first person join you on your team, and you can have 80% of your investment in yourself back on the first day. Okay, now here are the profit points. Peter mentioned this briefly. I'm going to go over it again. U Economy basic products equals basic profit. You Mentor Basic, we covered this, will cost $125. The retail cost is $125. The profit is $100. You Digital Basic, again, we're in the basic element, but it's You Digital, different course. You Digital Basic is a $250 retail cost, and that produces a $200 profit to the person who is responsible for making that sale. You Network Basic is, again, it's a $500 retail cost. Every single time you engage someone, if you're qualified, you keep $400 of that $500 that is generated. Now, as Peter said, everything is included top down, meaning the You Digital Basic package here includes You Mentor. You Network Basic includes You Digital and You Mentor, okay? So for $500, if you were to get started at the You Network Basic, included in that $500 is the $250 You Digital Basic and the $125 You Mentor Basic. And I also want to point out that when you make this kind of a move, which is very intelligent, you only pay the $100, in this case, You Network Basic. It's a $500 product. $100 goes in to You Economy, and that $100 will cover your You Digital Basic and your You Mentor Basic. You Economy, advanced products, advanced profit. This is the next level. Remember when Peter showed us his diagram? They were actually different colors. The You Mentor Advanced package is $1,250. We call this M1 because you make a $1,000 profit. The You Digital Advanced is a $2,500 retail, and that includes a $2,000 profit. And then the You Network Advanced, a $5,000 retail cost, and $4,000 of that $5,000 will be paid directly to the person who makes the sale. And just as we saw on the prior screen, the You Mentor Advanced includes all of the basics. Okay, so if you get started at $1,250, you get all of this stuff. You get You Mentor Basic, You Digital Basic, You Network Basic, and then at You Mentor Advanced, you would get now like 4 products, right? That's what we call M1. You Digital Advanced, $2,500, a $2,000 profit. You Network Advanced, again, it includes all of the stuff, is a $5,000 retail cost, and you receive $4,000 of that at the point of sale. Now, this is a little bit different. You're going to love this. Mastery products equal mastery profit. For somebody who's really serious about getting from here to there very, very quickly, I want you to pay attention to this. The You Mentor Mastery product, which includes everything that you've seen on the prior 2 screens, plus You Mentor Mastery, is a $12,500 retail cost. Of that $12,500, $10,000 will be retained by you if you're the person who does the enrollment. Now, I just want you to consider for a moment what your life could look like when you have this kind of profit rolling in, and this is just the beginning. You know, seriously, we heard from some people today who are doing extraordinarily well. When you get into this mastery level, just think about what your business would look like, what your life would look like if you had, I don't know, 2 people per month joining you at the You Mentor Mastery level, and you're making $20,000 per month with only 2 people on your team. You Digital Mastery, a $25,000 retail cost, and there is a $20,000 profit. Just stop for a moment and think for a moment, what does your life look like when you have this kind of money on the table? You Network Mastery, this is the big one. It's a $50,000 retail cost. Included in there is a $40,000 profit. Now, if these sound like big numbers, I got to tell you, they are big numbers for most people, but this is doable, and we have people who are doing it right here, right now. I also want to once again remind you, 27 years. It was 1995, actually, when I learned about this type of a compensation model, and it has been just unbelievably consistent. The You Mentor Mastery includes all of the You Network products, digital, all of the Mentor Mastery, and also Network Mastery includes everything that you have seen here. Now, here's the most important part of mastery. When you engage at that mastery level, which is M10, a $20,000 profit, M20, a $20,000 profit, or M40, that's the $40,000 profit. Remember, here they are. You Mentor, You Digital, You Network, 12, 5, 25, 50,000. Profits, 10, 20, and 40. When you engage there, okay, we have a different set of rules because the person who engages there is really serious about building an authentic, transparent, a real business. Okay, so when you're at the mastery level, you receive the level of paycheck for any product purchased. Okay, you always get paid on your first sale, and you never pass up the second sale of any product that you have purchased. Remember, on all of the other plans, the way that the program is designed is that you decide which program you want to participate in. You purchase the product. The first sale you make will pay you, but the second sale you make is going to have to pass up. You're going to have to send that sale off, and you're going to have to do the work, but someone else will receive the profit. When you're participating at the mastery level, you never pass up any sales ever. You get paid on every single sale that you make. And remember, everyone who pays you will still have to refer you their second sale, except, of course, for your mastery members that you enroll. If you start low, you can upgrade. Starting at the mastery level gives you a serious advantage because you're fully qualified at every level of the UE compensation plan. You're in business. You have a business in a box that is fully baked, and on day number one, you are ready to roll. You will never pass up a sale to anyone ever because you're qualified at every level of the UE compensation model. Of course, with the exception of if you haven't gone all the way to M40, but everything else, you get to keep all the money. Also, you're going to be recognized for your commitment as a leader because you are fully qualified at every level of the UE compensation model. You will be receiving special designations. You have special badge on your website. And when we get to our live events, there's a lot of cool things that we have planned for everybody in U Economy, but this mastery level stuff is very, very important. So again, if you're serious about making the money, there are 3 options for you to participate in. Good, this is good, right? Basic products. You can bring it to the market. $125, $250, or $500 products. And your profits are $100, $200, and $400 depending on which one of these products you engage. Better is the advanced level, okay? Advanced level, again, it's $1,250, and of that, there's a $1,000 profit. $2,500 carries a $2,000 profit margin, and that M4, $5,000, carries a $4,000 profit. Now, we use that term, right? M1, M2, and M4. When you come around our community, you're going to notice whenever you see the M or you hear someone talking about the M, and the number behind it represents thousands. Okay, so M1 is $1,000. Therefore, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it's magic. It's one of the fun things we do here, right? Magic. Make a grand in commission. It's an acronym. Use that. Think about it. Magic. So when you think of M1, it's 1,000. M2, make a grand, make 2 grand. M4
it's 6 o'clock.
is a $4,000 profit margin. And then there's best. Best we've gone into, it's a mastery level, fully qualified. You're eligible to receive 100% of every sale that you make all the time. You don't give up any money. You don't pass up any people. Your profits are up to $40,000, and you never have to pass up a sale, which is an unusually cool bonus. Also, I want to just bring to the table the 3 things that really drive our business. The first one we call the 3% rule. Now, you can write this down if you'd like, or you can join us on one of our future events and we'll get into a little more detail. But basically, the 3% rule has taught us this, and we're going back over 20 years. This is where you can predict your result. 3% of the people who see your offer will ultimately at some point join you. Okay, 3%. So when you focus on the process, and we will teach you the process, if you are here right now, you're in the middle of our process. Okay, so we know that if we bring 100 people through the process, and we're just throwing that number out, 3% or 3 will join us in business. So let's say that you're at M10 and you get a couple of those people join you at M10, there's 20 grand. Then we'll throw in an M4, now you're at a $24,000 a month with only 3 sales. Do you understand? 3%. 3% of the people who see the program ultimately at some point will get started. And I will tell you, there are people right now watching our webinar who know that this is true. And sometimes they've had someone come through the process and then they never got started. They kind of went away, right? And they went for something else and they tried something else. And as you know, companies are coming and going, but we're still here. We're in our second year of U economy. So a lot of times it is happening right now that people are coming back. So they still fall into that 3%. You could bring someone through to see our program today, and it might take them a week or two or a month or two or even a year before they ultimately get started. We also have something that we call the 3-step process. Now, I don't have much time to get into this, but we have extensive training on the 3-step process. We have it in our members area. We have it on live Zooms and conference calls that we do, because it is really, really easy to misunderstand how simple this really is. The 3-step process is this. All we do is capture. And what I mean by capture is we capture the attention, the phone number, the email address, the name of people just like you, people who are bright and who are open, and they are looking for something for real. If you're watching this webinar right now, I got news for you. Someone captured your information. That's all that we do. The next thing we do in the 3-step process is invite. So the person who captured your information invited you to come here and share this time with Peter Wolfing and myself. That's it. And then the last step in the 3-step process is collect a decision. Some of you this evening that are watching this, you might be ready to make the decision today and say, you know what, let's get this thing knocked out. I can get rolling today. I can be making money this week. I can be making money within the next 24 hours. And what we have found is that collecting the decision, I know that some people think that that's closing. It isn't. In all of the years I've been doing this, I have to tell you that most of the time people just come to me with their decision and they say, let's do this. This makes sense. So we have the 3% rule. We have the 3-step process. And I just shared with you the 3 options: good, better, and best. Where do you see yourself? Okay, the goal here, though, is for you to find your comfortable start point. You know, Peter briefly touched on something that we call Encore. Encore is a very, very easy decision to make. You know, you can be involved in getting your education started and plugged into the community with as simple as a Encore decision. The goal, though, is for you just to find your comfortable start point, make your decision, and take action. Take action now, because you can begin earning immediately. Remember, you're going to get paid on your very first sale. Now, this is a complete destruction of the, here's a complete description of the UE program available for your 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go to the website, ueconomytv.com, ueconomytv.com, and you will be able to see this presentation available there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have questions, you can put them into the chat room right now, or you can join us every weekday live at uradiolive.com. We stream on the internet on Blog Talk Radio. There's also a phone number for you to call in if you have a question or a comment, or if you just want to participate in the training. We've been doing it every single day for over a year. It is a blast. We've got tons of people coming out and teaching each other, and we're all working together to achieve the same goals. Now, the comp plan that you're looking at right now, this is available. If you would like to go and review it, you can go to this website, makeagrandincommission.com. There it is. It's only 10 minutes long. It's taken me longer than 10 minutes, but that presentation is available for your 24 hours a day, 7 days a week replay. That's what we have. Peter Wolfing. I'm going to pass it back to you. I'm going to stop my screen share. I'm going to give it back to you to put a bow on this.
Hey, Joe, thank you so much. And I'm just going to do one thing here. For those people that are here for the first time, and I know we've been talking about products and talking about things, I just want to give you kind of a quick view of what the actual products look like in the back office so you can actually see, okay? Because sometimes seeing is believing. So if we open up the back office here, you can see that we have products in here. We have products listed on the left-hand side. We talked about the basic. If you follow my mouse on the left-hand side, basic, advanced, mastery, part of the U Academy products. We have basic, we have mentorship, digital, and network basic. If we go into advanced, we have mentor, digital, and network products. We go into mastery, we have mentor, digital, and network. See what I'm saying? 3 products, 3 skill levels. Let's go over here to click on one of them so you can see them open up and see what I'm talking about. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to come and open up because we have a lot of products listed here. If you're patient with me, it'll come up in just a moment. As I'm running the webinar at the same time. So you can see these courses come up here: Power of Discipline, Success Rituals, Lifestyle, Video on Purpose, Manifestation of Power. Let's just click on this one here and show you.
Most of us hate rules. When we hear the word discipline, we're automatically reminded of convents and boot camps. Who doesn't love? You also feel agitated and stressed quite often.
All right, that's a 1 hour course.
Stress.
Okay.
You find it difficult
Let's
to
just
sleep.
pause that for a moment. We'll scroll down here. And you can see so many different things. We have You Fit, You Wealth, all this stuff we didn't really get a chance to go into today. But the Encore, these are all the courses that we've already done. And by being a member of Encore, you get access to every one of these mastery book studies that we've already done. Right now, we're working on the deep dive of a book called The 4 Agreements. Okay, so if we click on the 4 Agreements and come over here, and you'll see all of the ones that we've done already, and we have another one next Monday and another one after that. So you'll see all the courses start to pop up here for the different ones that we've already done. Okay, and all you do is click on it and listen, but you get access to all of the other ones we've done as well too for months and months and months. Okay, so
ladies and gentlemen, please give me your undivided attention, if you will. It is the top of the hour, and I want to welcome you to Encore, the live section. Encore is based on a universal truth agreed upon by virtually every successful person,
right,
which is this: simply model others that have achieved what you desire. Right?
All right, so you can see what I'm talking about all the products and the value that we give you here, and to be able to see all of these different products that we have, okay? So guys, that's what I really wanted to show you here as far as what we have available for you, the products. You're gonna see this once you become a member and be able to have access to whichever ones that you have paid for. Okay, again, basic, advanced, mastery, the 3 skill levels on each one. So ultimately, 3 products with 3 skill levels each, 9 products total. Then you add in there the Encore as an optional add-on if you'd like to have that as well too. All right, guys, so that's what I wanted to pass on to you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And let's see, stop share.
Peter, I also would like to throw in, for those people who are serious about the Encore, when you saw all of that material and all of those books, when you become a member of Encore, we include the book. You will receive access, like, for example, right now we're going through the 4 agreements. So every single person who participates gets a copy of the 4 agreements in a downloadable format, so you can go along and really let it sink in. I think that's important, Peter. It's a great bonus.
Yeah, Joe, and just you said something on the radio show today. That chapter we did is only 11 pages, right? Yeah. And we took an hour and 7 or 8 minutes to go over 11 pages. So you can imagine how deep we get into the concept, the meat of it, and really digest what's in there. So this way you can actually think what the author's thinking. And of course, we put our own spin on it to be able to give you food for thought, things to think about, and allow you to grow with us as we study these important concepts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right, guys, so thank you so much for coming on the call. What I urge you to do is get back to the person who introduced you if you're here for the first time. They'll answer any remaining questions. You fall into one of 3 categories. Number 1, it's not for me. That's okay. We understand that. It's perfectly fine. If you please allow them the opportunity to know that and say, hey, you know, it's not for me, but hey, can you keep me updated as far as what's going on? And maybe things might change for you. Number 2 is you have some questions, and we love questions, okay? So let them answer those questions for you. If they don't know it, of course, they'll find someone who does know the answer. Number 3 is you're ready to get going, okay? And they'll show you what to do. They'll talk to you about what your goals are, what your dreams are, what you want to accomplish, and then you guys will come up with a game plan as far as what's the best package for you to get to your goal ultimately, okay? So guys, we do these webinars all the time. We have the radio show, we have the calls. All these things are for your benefit so you can participate in this wonderful opportunity we call You Economy. So virtual handshake, thank you very much. Thanks, Joe, appreciate it. Thanks everybody on the call, and especially guests. We'll look forward to seeing you on another one. Have a great day. Bye for now.